Welcome to the Bougie Coop, the podcast for backyard chicken keepers with tight spaces, big dreams, and a flair for the fabulous. I'm your host, Lisa Ronsky, and every episode we'll talk about all the quirky adventures of raising backyard birds with a bougie twist. I'll just say it up front, I'm proudly one of those crazy chicken ladies. When I brought home my first chicks, I had no idea how much they'd changed my life. These incredible birds have brought me so much joy, connection, laughter, and honestly, a whole lot of healing. Whether you're a seasoned hen tender or still daydreaming about your first coop, you're in the right place. This podcast is your comfortable, slightly chaotic guide to small space chicken keeping. So fluff those feathers, pour yourself something sparkly, and let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome to the Bougie Coop, the podcast where we believe your chickens deserve both style and substance. Since we're deep into the dog days of summer, I wanted to do a short bonus episode all about keeping your girls cool when the heat is on. Let's start with a little chicken history. Our backyard birds are descended from the red jungle fowl, native to South and Southeast Asia, which are subtropical and tropical climates with temps averaging 46 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of us in the States, think very similar to the climate of Florida. So, you'd think chickens would handle heat pretty well, right? Well, that depends. Many modern breeds have been fluffed up and sized up over time. Some breeds of chickens are like a sleek Ferrari. Others are more like a giant 70s Cadillac. Same basic design under the hood, but totally different builds. Breeds like Leghorns, sleek with huge combs and wattles, handle heat better. But fluffy-bodied, small comb and wattled breeds like Orpingtons and Wyandottes, they're basically stuck in a feather parka all summer. And while chickens can fluff up to trap heat when it's cold, they don't have many tricks for cooling down. Overheating stresses them out, messes with egg production, can make them more prone to illness, and in extreme heat situations can quickly kill them. For a start, depending on where we live, we can choose breeds that handle the heat better, but we all have our breed preferences and they aren't always the best fit for our climate. Even though I live in hot, dry Colorado, I love my big fluffy girls. So what's a chicken keeper to do? First, shade is a must. Whether it's a covered run, a patio umbrella, or some chicken-safe shrubs, your flock needs shady spots. Another bonus to adding shrubs and greenery is that good landscaping makes your yard look extra bougie. Next, water everywhere. I keep my usual waterer in the run and add a bottle of frozen water to it that acts like a big ice cube to keep it cool all day. I add a bowl under my arbor every morning and even pop a small waterer inside the coop during summer. If your girls roam the yard, scatter some water bowls in the shade. Yes, wild birds might use them, but if your chicken's free range, they're mixing with wild birds anyway. Misters can be magic or not. In my dry climate, a mister in the run works wonders. The girls took a few days to get used to it, and now they love it. But heads up, if you're in an excessively humid area, a mister can actually make things worse. Evaporation is key to how a mister cools things down, and excessive humidity means practically zero evaporation. So if the air is already sticky, skip it. Ice and frozen snacks are your heat-busting buddy. I freeze chopped fruits and veggies in a bundt pan, sometimes with a dash of electrolytes, and toss the whole thing in the run. The chickens peck at it all day long, and as it melts, it supplies cold water for them. Sometimes I find them resting against the cold pan as well. I will also grind up and freeze extra fruit and produce into patties for an easy grab-and-go cool-down snack. Another trick I love, I put a reusable ice pack in a shallow water bowl so my girls can stand on it and cool their feet. Like our feet, there's a lot of blood flowing through a chicken's feet, and standing in cold water can really help them stay comfortable. The ice pack should be one of the tough plastic types though, and not a flimsy gel pack because, of course, chickens are going to peck at everything and you don't want them eating any of that gel if they manage to peck a hole in it. And pro tip, just make sure your husband knows which ice packs are just for the chickens. Trust me on that. We discussed substrate in the last episode, and here is another place where my preference for sand really shines. It stays pretty cool up top, especially if you are able to use a mister, won't get soggy when it gets wet, and chickens can dig down into it to get even cooler spots. When it comes to feeding your flock in the summer, fermented or soaked feed adds hydration, and chilling it in the fridge makes it extra refreshing. In extreme temps, chickens eat less, so cool, high-protein feed can help them stay healthy and keep laying. My girls get fermented mash and free choice pellets year-round, and in brutal summer heat, I up their protein level to 19%. Here's a few coop upgrades you might want to consider as well. An exhaust fan helps with airflow, ventilation, and can lower temps a bit. They come in both plug-in and solar versions. Some folks even add a little window air conditioning unit with plastic strips over the chicken door to keep the cool in. That's peak bougie, but hey, whatever works. And insulation is a relatively inexpensive and easy way to help keep the heat down. Use reflective insulation rolls in your coop and on the ceilings to block some of that brutal summer heat. Just avoid exposed fiberglass. You don't want your girls pecking at or ingesting that. So there you have it. I hope you've picked up a tip or two on beating the heat, and if you've got your own favorite heat-beating hacks, send them my way. I'd love to share them in a future episode. And if there's a chicken topic you want me to tackle, shoot me a message. I love hearing from my listeners. Thanks for hanging with me today, and remember the golden rule of the bougie coop. Function comes first, but beauty should never be optional. Got questions? Hit me up at thebougiecoop@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow The Bougie Coop on Instagram and TikTok for more behind the scenes and chicken glam shots. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, stay bougie.